Welcome back to Aman's Unfiltered. Here we are, part 3, the final leg of this rapid fire round journey. It's been a whirlwind so far with these two, and now it's time to leave it all on the table. This session is about pushing boundaries, wrapping up lingering thoughts, and diving headfirst into the boldest, quirkiest, and most interesting questions yet. Let's make this final one a one to remember. And now I want to move on to my next question. Remember, guys, it's a rapid fire round.
Doesn't seem so rapid, but
Doesn't
go ahead.
seem so rapid. All right.
Gotta answer faster.
Yes.
Okay. Should couples merge finances or keep some independence individually?
Yes.
Yes to
Yes
what?
to both or what?
Yes to what?
Oh, you said you wanted rapid. Yes.
No wrapping it.
No, I would
Okay.
say, look, how do I put it? My money is your money. Your money is your money.
No. We're not being diplomatically correct over here.
No. We merge. Okay.
Okay.
So for me and my wife, we merge. We take care of finances together. She helps me when I'm in need. She forks up, sometimes as well. Again, I'm running a startup. I'm building a company from scratch. People think it's glamorous, but shit, I'm broke as hell. You don't make a lot of money starting a company from scratch. It takes years to build a company. It takes time to build it up. So it's not easy, and that's where having your wife's support is definitely helpful. At the same time, that's why we merge.
Okay.
Yeah.
So merging all the way.
Merging all the way. Like, we support each other. We're there for each other. No your bank account, no my bank account, no nothing. We merge.
That's amazing. Okay, Rajiv. Subtitles going on all over.
See, I don't like to answer this way. Most of the questions I've been answering this way, that there's always a caveat to what I'm saying, right? I think there should be separation to church and state. I don't think that there should be a merging of church and state. But there should be privy of information on both ends, meaning that both parties should know each other's finances through and through.
Okay.
But whether each party has access to both finances, that's up to your doing. So far in our household, I think we do share 95 to 99% of our financials. At least you have the key to all my crypto account.
Do I really? Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. This is a conversation for later.
Yes.
Okay.
But otherwise, I think that this is couple dependent. Yeah. This is not a blanket answer that everyone will say yes to merging. But I think financial literacy is important. So if both parties have the same level of financial literacy, they both should merge 100%. If financial literacy is not the same, then you don't want to merge. You don't want to merge. Yeah.
Okay.
So I can't blanket. It's not a yes. It's not a no. It's not one or two.
Yeah. But one thing you have to, when merging, it doesn't mean you create a one joint bank account. Everything works off of there. No, that's not how we do it. Like,
No,
she
I
has her
get
own
it,
bank account. I have my own bank account, but we know what's going on with each other.
Yeah,
What we're
absolutely.
spending on and things like that.
If we're talking about knowledge, then I still think that every household should share that knowledge.
I think that's a barrier that
Absolutely,
our
yeah.
generation. That's a barrier our generation has actually gotten through.
We've broken it already.
We've broken
We've
it
broken it
completely.
completely.
Like, previously, you
our
look at
previous
our
generation.
parents, and they never shared this financial information. Like, oh, how's business doing? Oh, they would just be like, it's fine.
We spoke about this in a previous episode.
I think we should actually dive deeper into this particular topic maybe later on, about why was it difficult back then to share this information with your family household, right?
Okay, looking for anyone who can share some light, some boomers. Please
All right, let's move on.
reach out. Okay, moving on. Are influencers the new moral compass of society?
Oh, I hope not. I really hope not.
Really? You don't think Joe Rogan and Elon Musk move?
I think those guys would sell their
needles?
moral compass in a heartbeat to make a quick buck. Their job is to literally get attention. They would do anything to get attention. They're like
Okay.
illegal OnlyFans.
So
with their
no
clothes
moral
on.
compass. Okay.
None. They should not be a moral compass. No, they're influencers because they're trying to
Right.
get attention. Like, their
Correct.
job is to make money from your attention. The more you look at them and stare at them and try to be like them, the more money they make. It's their job. Understand that they're not doing it for the community service, for good of the people. It is what they do to make money, and they will do anything to make money. So I dear God, I hope not. That's why you look at Jesus, please, people out there listening to this, do not use influencers as your moral compass, for crying out loud. I beg of you.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. However, before you buy a piece of tech,
This guy has terms and conditions again.
well, no, not terms and condition. Hear me out. Before you buy a piece of tech, let's say anything that's worth more than 10,000 baht, how many reviews do you check before you buy?
10.
Right. Do you not
That's it,
consider
10?
that?
That's a lot.
Do you not consider that as influencers?
It's not one influencer. It's not one person. I'm reading and I'm collecting information from multiple standpoints, from multiple angles, and then
Right.
making my own decision. That's what
Okay.
you're supposed to do. That's what research is.
Yes.
People
Okay.
don't spend time doing that anymore nowadays. To be honest, one thing that we have now that we never had before was overload of information.
Right.
We get bombarded with so much information from so many places now. You don't know what's true and what's not true anymore. Fact checking has become so difficult in
yes.
this day and age.
And that should be actually one of the curriculums in school that teaches our younger generations how to
Yeah.
fact check. You know, I've
Yeah.
had this discussion with you before,
Yeah,
saying that
you have.
this should be one of the core curriculum on how to fact check information.
And what is fact and what is not fact? Like, I mean,
Opinions and facts are blurring.
are very blurred nowadays. They're very, very blurred. And
Right.
when it's blurred like that, that means you have to listen to multiple opinions and make up your mind. You're not using one influencer and saying they're your moral compass. No. You listen to multiple angles.
Yeah, but it is getting scarier that a few influential people can move the needle into the other direction
Absolutely.
really, really fast.
Yeah.
And that's really scary.
That's the power of marketing, share of voice. When you have, and look, sheep mentality, right? You know, when people in a big crowd, when everyone points in one direction, everyone follows.
Yeah.
There are very few people who
Yeah.
resist and stay and stand up and say, no, why are we going that way? It makes no sense.
Okay. Lots of emotions there. All right. So let's ask a very emotional question next.
You just did.
You're gonna top that?
No, I don't think I can top that one because her Prem's reaction was, wow.
I'm scared for my kids, man.
Wow.
Yeah,
Like-
we all are, man.
That just changed the direction of my entire session. Okay.
Alright.
Is love a chemical reaction or is there more to it? Doctor,
Oh, there's definitely more to it.
what is more to it?
Oh,
Remember, it's a rapid fire round.
Yes.
Okay.
circumstances, chances, luck, emotion, physical, chemical, financial,
Sexual.
sexual. Yeah, that's also part of chemical. And
You're telling me the last time you had sex was because of chemistry? I don't think so.
oh, don't tell that to my high school chemistry teacher. Okay. What I mean is, it's more to it, but it's a question that's been asked a million times, and there's a million answers to it. And I don't think that there's a right or there's a wrong answer. And I don't think I can give you the right answer today.
Her
Yeah, I
Prem.
think for ages, humans have found comfort in companionship.
But
and
friendship's also companionship.
not the same.
Not the same?
Yeah, it's not the same. Because the friends, they're not there with you all the time or things
Right.
like that. It's just companionship, having a partner. Like, when you start a company, you have a co-founder. It helps as opposed to starting it alone. When you're in your home and your environment, to have that companionship is always there. So people long for a relationship. People long for companionship. Sometimes people call it love. Sometimes people call it just codependent or living amongst each other. That's whatever you want to call it. You call it whatever you want. I call it love because for me it is, I don't know, maybe it is, technically just chemicals firing off in my head. That's what emotions are supposed to be physiologically.
Head or
but,
elsewhere.
yeah, but it's I would hope that there's more to that than just
Right.
chemicals.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I truly and wholeheartedly believe that it's more than just chemicals.
Look, let's put it this way, right? Technically, the chemicals that his brains are firing and my brain is firing are pretty much the same, but we feel different emotions. We feel different strengths and levels of emotions as well.
Yeah.
I mean, physiologically, every human is the same except for the neurons that they have in their head. But yeah.
You two are not a good example because putting you two in a room, it's
It's true love.
It is true love.
Sneha.
Okay.
I'm sorry I had to do this publicly, but yeah, it's a whole different level of understanding.
How about this? I just hope that AI cannot
We're
give.
going back to AI.
Yes. I hope that AI cannot find the answer to that question.
And what if it does?
Yeah, because once we have the answer to it, it takes one element from our birth to our death. That is one of the most, let's say, influential, the most life-changing experiences that you can have.
Right.
And trivialize it into physiology.
I think that word trivialize is
Yeah.
super important because
Yeah.
some questions don't need to be answered.
Yeah, so
Why?
I can't answer this
Even
question.
if I was
Okay.
able to give you 100% factual correct answer right now,
I don't want to.
even are you gonna stop loving someone because of it? Are you gonna start loving someone because of it? You know, it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, so
Who gives a
I don't
shit?
want to answer it, and I
Yeah.
hope no one answers it.
Yeah, who gives a shit? You love, you love. You don't love, you don't love.
Okay.
Hey, not
yeah.
bad.
Oh.
Nice.
Another fist bump going on right there. Okay. Clearly, I don't know whether I asked the right question or the wrong question, but okay. Moving on. Are luxury items a scam or a status symbol worth paying for? Rajiv.
Okay, if there's a blanket answer, I would say yes.
Yes to.
Yes to each and individual's belief. If you believe in it, yes. If you don't believe in it, you don't need it.
That's
can
a
already
cop-out
see-
answer.
No, because
No.
I
agree
don't.
with you,
I don't
Prem.
believe in status symbol, but like, okay, I like horology. Okay,
Intrigue us. come on.
I like
Okay.
watches. It doesn't mean that I would sacrifice myself or my future to invest in it now, because it
Right.
can still be a risky investment, because it was never viewed as an investment before. It is just recently viewed as an investment now. Would I purchase one? Maybe. Would I be happy if I purchase one? Yes, of course. But and do I purchase purses bags that are brand name? I do. Not that I don't. So I do see value in it.
Keeping
Okay.
your wife happy, definitely value in that.
Yes, agreed. But
Okay.
I do see value in its own as well.
Yeah, for me, it's actually a question about quality. Like, okay,
Right.
I prefer buying local Thai brands, for example, right? Who make
Yeah.
they make amazing leather products, amazing belts, bags, whatever it is, shoes. There's so many local brands available throughout the world that have exact or better quality than the branded items. Now, whether you're buying it for the brand or you're buying it because you want quality, those are completely different questions and different things, in my opinion. If you're buying it purely for the brand, you want to enjoy the brand, you want to show it off, good on you. You like the brand, you have a personal connection with it, go ahead, enjoy it. If you can afford it, go do it, right? But if you want quality products, there are a lot of alternatives that you can actually do to get that same level of quality, if not even better, at a much cheaper price. For me, that I find I'm not attached to any particular brand as such. You know, for me, I prefer quality. So if I can find quality items, and I've done this on a numerous basis. Like sometimes the brand makes good quality stuff, I'll just go on a whim and buy it right away because I know it'll last me a damn long time.
Right.
And sometimes I'll go out looking for another brand because I'm not paying for the marketing material of that particular company because it's over the top.
Okay. Well.
So we are slightly indifferent in this particular topic. I still say that you can indulge, even though that has no meaning and that you want to be flashy, you want to be indulgent in yourself, go ahead if you have the means for it, right? But yes, quality and price sometimes don't match. And what Haprem said, I think I agree completely, is that if you want to go for the actual quality of the product, you can sort out what's not marketed and look for it as well. But sometimes girls just want to have fun. Girls have the right to go ahead and have fun. I mean,
Okay.
It's not just girls, man. Okay, look, like simple example. You're buying a car, okay? Now, you can spend 2 million, 4 million,
Right.
5 million, 10 million, 30 million on a car.
Right.
There is an unlimited amount that you can spend. Do you go ahead and buy a G-Wagon that's going to cost you, 10, 15 million baht? Or do you go ahead and buy a BYD Atto 3 that's going to cost you 900,000 baht, right? Obviously, when you go that far difference, the quality is also very, very different than what you get. But now it's
Absolutely.
getting very, very blurred. You know,
Yeah.
1-2 million baht cars that are coming out
Yeah.
are like giving the same quality as like a 3-4 million baht Mercedes or BMW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so that's when you're really gonna start questioning yourself. It's like, am I buying this because it's a good car, or am I buying it because of the BMW badge?
Right.
So if you don't like the product and you like the badge, don't buy it, right? Like that's what I mean, right?
Yeah.
If you're just liking the badge, that's basically what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that I think it's universal fact, right? But some people put that badge over the quality of the product, but they have the right to do so.
Agree?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm not gonna judge you for your shit. I love BMWs. Hey, go enjoy yourself.
yeah.
Thank
good on
you for saying that. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I said, that if you have the means to enjoy it and you see value in it, enjoy it. I don't see anything wrong with it. And there's a need that is being served. Yeah, and there's always going to be a need that's being served at the end of the day. I mean, I don't have much opinion on this. I would say, yeah.
All right. Next question, guys. Should CEOs be paid 300 times more than the company's employees? Should I ask you first, Prem, or should I ask you first, Rajiv?
Shit, why am I not getting paid 300 times more than my employees?
It's just a figure. Okay, why do CEOs get paid more than its employees?
I think some companies take that over the top, right? Let's be realistic, right? It makes no sense for some CEOs to be earning that ridiculous amount of money when their staff are not getting paid that well. And whenever that happens, that's understandable. But majority of the CEOs who earn a lot of money are not earning money from the salaries. They're earning money from the equity and the shares and the value that they get in the company.
Right.
By taking that company to extra level. So you take Elon Musk and Tesla, right? His package that was negotiated was what, 50 billion, $60 billion. If he was able to take Tesla to that level as a company, to $1 trillion valuation, he was able to do it.
Right.
Like it was like, and the board approved it because they're like, oh my god, he's never gonna be able to get that done. But he did it. The guy did it, right? And when I say the guy did it, like there are some CEOs who are there just to blend in and just toe the party line and just chill. And there's some CEOs who are leaders, drive the direction of the company, and they deserve all the reward they can do, because without them, the company wouldn't be where it is today. Without them, the industry wouldn't be where it is today. So, Jobs, Musk, NVIDIA CEO, these guys drove the industry forward. They changed the name of the game. They deserve to get paid as much as they want. They own the company, to be fair as well. They can do that. But also pay the lower guys. They should also be compensated for what they're earning and whatever it is. You should not, leave them out.
Okay, I couldn't add much more than what Prem already said, but I have an anecdote to share regarding this matter. So I was reading up on what makes a country happy.
Okay.
And what countries are the happiest on the planet. I found a correlation that is really interesting. Is that different vocation, different jobs are paid differently in every country. But there's a stark comparison for physicians, doctors, and a barista. Okay, so the countries that a doctor is paid much more multiples compared to a barista are usually unhappy countries, and countries where doctors are paid closer to a barista. It's still in multiples, but in in smaller multiples are the happier countries. It doesn't mean that I condone socialism, but if capitalism is winning right now, shift towards socialism a certain amount where everyone can live a decent life and enjoy life and being paid well will always be a better end solution, end goal for a country. So I don't believe that a CEO should be paid 300 times its employee. I think these CEOs have already won. When you play the game till the end, when you reach the game over screen, the end game screen.
You're right. Then they come back and reshoot all the small characters again. It makes no sense. It's not fun anymore.
Correct. You can't go back and start a new game plus with all your upgrades and then just bombard everyone. So I think capitalism should have an end goal.
A cap.
Yes, there
cap.
should be a cap.
on capitalism.
Yes,
I love
there
it.
should be a cap at the end of the line, and then you know what? Like Elon Musk is like, you won.
Yeah.
You know, you're done.
A personal wealth of $1
Yes.
trillion is a little bit
Yes,
over the top.
You're done already. You can own anything. You can be anywhere at any time. You can contribute without receiving from here on out. Like, you know, you're done with the game. Yeah,
Okay.
and I think the CEO eventually should reach that level. Like, you know, do it for humanity's sake, not just financial sake. Yeah, there should be a point for these
Interesting.
CEOs.
Agree. It's like a mix of capitalism and socialism, right? No system is without its let's say downsides, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To some extent, like you look at dictatorships that have worked out really well. You look at
Singapore.
Singapore. It's been
Yeah.
amazing. You get a good dictator in there, and look at them. They get shit
Yeah.
done. They did it really
Exactly.
well. Yeah, and
Okay.
honestly, like you might crap on China for everything that's been doing with the communist,
Yeah.
type of
Regime.
environment regime, but look at where they've come from, like 20,
Yeah.
30 years ago to where they are now.
Yeah.
Like as a society, as one of the largest economies in the world. I'm not saying they haven't done bad things along the side of that as well, or they've done questionable things. That's definitely there, but overall, the wealth of the entire economy
grown.
has grown.
Yeah.
And they literally put a cap on capitalism,
yes,
because
yes.
the moment any one single person or one single company gets too big, that's when communism kicks you in the butt and literally says, okay, now let's break it up and give it back to the state, or you go toe the party line and start saying this, right?
So I think that there should be a game over screen, right? To like
Okay.
some point for the CEOs.
All right.
Yeah.
Game over. Okay, next question. Don't worry, Harpreem, we're coming to the end.
Okay.
Game over.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Should inheritance be taxed?
Oh my god. Okay, look, the whole concept of taxing, like, very simple, right? You get taxed on the money you earn.
Harpreem has a lot to say
You
in
get
my
taxed
section.
on the money
No,
you
you spend.
earned, and then you spend.
Correct.
And then now on top of that, like
You're
when you
spun-
save the money, you get
You-
taxed on the money
that you give.
that you give as well. And now you're getting taxed on the money. You're getting taxed at every single point in time. I think at some point of it, you just like stop. Stop taking my money that I've already paid taxes on regularly, and earned properly.
Right.
Like it makes no more sense. And what's the it's double dipping. I don't agree with it. I don't agree on
Okay.
double dipping. It's not nice. Don't do it.
Okay, don't do it.
I once saw an infographic about when $100 is being paid from a company to an employee, and then the employee utilizes it, and then that particular store that the employee utilized it from continues to utilize it forward. It's a zero-sum game, because from that $100, when it goes down through, I think about 12 or 15 different transactions, it runs down into the cents, meaning that eventually you are taxed to zero. Okay, so yes, tax needs to be there, but there should be an end cap. So I don't think spending tax should be there, giving tax should be there. Earning tax, yes, but spending tax shouldn't be there.
By the way, the whole purpose, again, I also, this is a very country specific thing. The whole purpose of taxation is to take money into a pool that gets divided and split amongst the people on projects, on infrastructure, on the economy, on healthcare, on education, on things like that, right? When you're living in a country where you're not getting shit from the taxes, you're not getting retirement benefits or anything like that, what's the point? That's why people in third world countries don't want to pay taxes. For that real reason. When you look at Sweden, where you pay like 55% tax, but guess what? Healthcare taken care of. When you have a child, they pay you for your child.
Right.
They give you money to take care of your child. They give you for
Education.
all the way
Yeah.
up to a PhD. And you don't have to pay for anything. You're literally taken care of. If you retire, they'll give you a house. They'll give you money to live, and they'll give you spending, and they'll give you ability to do whatever you want to do. They'll have retirement centers. They have nannies and daycare services. They take care of you as a country because you're paying the country to take care of you, essentially. You're paying the taxes.
Correct.
Oh, are you in favor of socialism?
To some extent, yes, I am in favor of socialism.
Okay.
I think capitalism, when you take it too far, it becomes a very selfish endeavor, because some people don't know that end screen, like he was saying earlier. There's no game over for them. They just want to accumulate and accumulate and accumulate. Like, it's unfathomable to think that Elon Musk now has more money than Scrooge McDuck jumping into that gold
pile in the room.
And every child remembers this. Like, he dove headfirst into a vault full of gold coins. And Musk has more money than him. Like, or the dragon from freaking Lord of the Rings. That entire mountain full of gold. Yeah. People have more than that now.
Yeah, so
back to my question, you guys.
No.
It's like I've opened up a can of worms.
Wait, what's the question now?
See, exactly. Should inheritance be taxed?
No, it
period.
should not.
Yes or no?
It should not.
It should not.
Great.
No matter what.
Thank you.
It's money that's already been taxed 3-4 times before.
Yes.
Okay. Is poverty a result of bad decisions or a system failure?
Hey.
Hey.
It's both. It's opportunity, decision, and personality, perseverance, all of it combined. Again, you can't pinpoint into one, but poverty where is not sustainable is a system failure. Meaning that what Haprem said earlier, that there is merit to socialism, so they should be taken care of no matter what. Human beings should be taken care of no matter what.
Okay.
But they are not. They are not because it's a system failure.
Haprem.
He's absolutely right.
Okay.
The average, you look at poverty, right? You're not looking at any specific person or anything like that.
Yeah.
You're looking at average.
Correct.
Right? If the average people in your country are under poverty, then it's 100% a system failure.
Yeah.
You're not doing things to bring those people up. Only a few people are gaining, and if that gap becomes bigger where the elites or the 1% are holding 60-70% of the wealth while the rest are struggling, that's a system failure.
How about if I flip the question? A billionaire is a failure of system.
Yes.
We just talked about in the question before, right?
Very much so.
There's no end game. So when there's no end game, that means the system is not designed with an end game.
Yeah.
It becomes a system failure as well. So yes, at the moment we have to not lean forward or backwards. We have to lean back to the center.
And look, I think the taxes are supposed to be the check and balances of of that system. I'm not saying you cannot be a billionaire in Scandinavian countries, for example, where people are one of the happiest in the world. You can be, but it's a lot more difficult because by the time you get to that stage, you're getting taxed like 60-70%, where the lesser you make, you're getting taxed lesser because they want you to really keep more of that money. The best way I heard from someone who lives in Scandinavia, the way they put it to me is the system incentivizes you not to work harder just to earn more, because the more you earn, the more you're going to get taxed. The system incentivizes you to be happy and live. So they look, and when I say system, it's not just about taxing the money either. They look down on, for example, you sending emails past 5 p.m. or responding or working. The companies that you work for, they will actively try to help you find a social life outside of work, to meet with friends and family, and they will assign you a buddy within the company so that you can meet other people, you can talk to other people, so you get engulfed in that society. Because happiness and failure and poverty and all this stuff is not just, it's Maslow's hierarchy of need. You have the basic requirements, and then you also have the higher up requirements that you need to have fulfilled. So when they look at it, holistically. And that's something I've never seen a capitalistic country do yet.
But see, that means come back to your original question. Poverty at the end of the day is a systematic failure if it's in a big picture.
Right.
So I think it sums that up, and we are on the road to system failure in every direction going forward, whether it's a capitalistic country or whether it's a communism country, or even I would say that I wouldn't say these socialist country will last long in the long term, because I still feel that when there's no capitalistic endeavors, it stifles innovation as well, right? So
it's true. And then you also you look at it now where you have a massive influx of migrants or immigrants going to a socialistic country, and when their mentality doesn't suit the countries. In a socialistic country, everyone's working for everyone. Everyone's helping everyone. But then you have a large pool of population entering a country that doesn't understand that logic or mindset or doesn't think that way, then they become leeches. And that drains the economy and drains the society. And then everyone starts becoming hoarding again.
Yeah.
It's a very slippery slope, right? Ideally, everyone wants to be the person sharing everything and saying, look, you have it, I'll give you, you give me, and we all scratch each other's back. But it takes only like a few bad eggs.
Yeah, a few people breaking the domino pattern
to stop everyone else and going back to their, animalistic nature and saying, no, mine.
Okay.
Let's see. Fun times ahead.
Let's hope so.
Are you hoarding?
Depends on what you're asking.
I have to start hoarding now.
Okay.
All right.
What was supposed to be a rapid fire round question clearly went off rails.
Fair enough.
It's no more rapid fire round, but these are amazing
you got
insights.
Two people who like to talk. You said it in
Clearly, I did. Yes. What I said about you guys was literally what I
don't know
said.
whether people fall asleep during these conversations or not.
I don't know.
Okay.
Let's see.
If they are falling asleep, and I hope a lot of people listen to it to fall asleep. Why not?
Why not?
Sure. Okay.
We still help them in some way.
We are coming to the end of our session with one last bonus question.
Sure.
Okay. Are people too sensitive these days?
It's a very broad question.
No.
Okay. Can we boil it down to a yes or no? Then we can iterate.
And then
on
I will
Yes, I would say yes.
I would say yes too.
Yeah. If you have to really boil it down to yeah, maybe, no, yeah, yes.
Okay, so people are getting too sensitive these days.
Very much so.
Yes. I
would love to ask.
I also think that we are getting more and more sensitive with each generation coming downwards. Let's say from the greatest generation to the boomers to the X to Gen X to Gen Alpha. I think
you skip Gen Z.
No, I'm skipping multiple in between. But what I mean is that
he knows his stuff.
Moving downwards to the next generation going forward, we are getting more and more sensitive along the line. That also means that because the generation before us are more tolerant.
Yeah, look, I think sensitivity sometimes is good, sometimes is bad. The fact that we're becoming more sensitive generation means, for example, we can now speak and communicate with our kids. We can empathize more with what they're feeling and understand more what they're going through at their age and their generation. And that's something that, previous generations probably didn't have because their mentality and mindset.
No, that's what I mean.
Very different.
The tolerance level, right? Because each generation are more tolerant than the next.
But I think the sensitivity that you're talking about is people raging online and sharing their opinions unnecessarily or just going crazy over small things or getting triggered by certain words or certain conversations. Trigger. Yeah, I think for me, that kind of sensitivity has definitely increased because drama gets attention. Let's just put it that way. Drama gets a lot of attention nowadays, right? And when drama gets attention, people want to become more dramatic.
No, I still think that because we are more tolerant than before. I think each generation are becoming more and more tolerant. That's because hardship is not the same as what it once was. Hardship was to physicality. Hardship was to exterior, meaning through weather, through getting a roof over your head. And then the next generation has a roof over their head, so hardship becomes financial. When there's financial, then it becomes acceptance. It keeps changing. The battle that you're facing is changing. So that tolerance level is increasing with each generation moving forward. So I think people are just getting more and more sensitive. But what Haprem said is that besides being more tolerant, is that everyone is also getting more space, more time to express. See, you can't start a podcast like this 20 years ago and have this many listeners. You would have to invest time. You would have to invest money. You would have to be a professional right at the get-go. You have to be studying in that field, in that line. Too many lines have to be aligned first before you can come to where you are now.
Right.
But now, see, if a person like you having a good idea, having a certain amount of fundings, having a certain amount of audience ready to listen to you, you can start a podcast. Okay? Imagine if someone is triggered and having an audience to it, right? And they're getting that feedback loop backwards. It's become
very easy to get the attention and get the audience.
Right.
Yes. So, you go girl or you go dude is so easy and abundant out there. So we are becoming more sensitive, and I think there will be a reversal point in time where there will be less tolerance to the nonsensical version of this sensitivity. But we haven't reached that point yet. We will.
Well, that ends our session of what was supposed to be a so-called rapid fire round.
Wow, is that longer than Karan and Coffee? Or what's that show called again?
Oh my god.
Coffee
with Karan.
Coffee with Karan. Is it longer than that show?
Of course. How are you guys feeling after all this?
Good questions. Okay answer. I would have been better if I got a chance to prepare. But good questions,
Hello.
no doubt.
I like to do these things off the cuff anyway, so
Exactly.
for me it would have been the same.
All right.
When is round 2?
There is no round 2.
Maybe not like a year from now.
Not with you guys anymore.
Okay.
Clearly.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, thank you, Harpreem. And thank you, Raji, for coming on to my show and shedding a lot of light on these questions. And as you can see, a lot of these questions can turn to individual episodes from their answers. So expect them back very, very soon.
Them as in the questions, not us.
I mean you guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But for
Cool.
individual episodes,
Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
separately. I cannot put
okay.
you guys in the same room anymore. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Yes.
And that brings us to the end of this incredible rapid fire round session. 3 parts, countless questions, and a whole lot of laughs inside and debates. I hope this experience sparked something in you guys, whether it's curiosity, reflection, or even the encourage to dive into your own thoughts, conversations, and much more. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and as always, let's keep the dialogue going beyond the mic. Until next time, take care and stay curious. This is your host, Amanpreet Kalra, on Aman's Unfiltered.